So on this day in 2006, Carlos Tevez and Javier Mascherano were signed by West Ham after the pair impressed for Argentina at the World Cup and were wanted by some of Europe's top clubs. So there was a bit of controversy, wasn't there, around this deal. Carlos's goals proved enough to keep West Ham in the Premier League that season, including that famous winner at Old Trafford. So joining us now is a man who played alongside them at West Ham. Good morning, Bobby.
Morning, Bobby.
Bobby Zamora. How are you?
Good morning, guys.
For everyone else that can't see him, just to confirm,
Could have been
it's
any
Bobby
Bobby.
Zamora, just not some random Bobby that we've just invited in.
Could have been Bobby George, Bobby Davro.
Imagine that. Imagine if Bobby George turned up on a Zoom and we were like, why are you here? Bobby, nice to see you. Nice for everyone to be able to listen to you as well in a second. How's things? How are you?
I'm okay, yeah, all good. You know, getting back to reality as we all are. So, yeah, great to see football back and fans back and it all getting back to normal.
Just tell us then, because we were just leading you into it to talk about it, what that impact of that pair had on training, like around the training ground.
Do you know what? It was so strange. Pretty much like everybody, even you guys, any of the press that knew absolutely nothing about it, just turned up. It was. Oh, by the way, boys, we've got two new signings, Carlos Tevez and Javier Mascherano. We were like, okay. To be honest, I'm not a football statto. I'm really not. So, listen, in terms of like football in South America or anything like that, who's who? No idea. These guys turn up, obviously, found out a little bit about them. They come in for that first training session. Oh, they've got a little bit. Okay, what have they done? They've got Olympic gold medals, didn't they? They had Olympic gold medals, didn't they, as well? Do you know what I mean? I think that was one of the first bits of banter that we had with them. We had Yossi Benayoun in the changing room who could speak Spanish, so there was like a translator in the changing room, and Yossi was a character. There was a lot of characters in our change rooms, English banter flying everywhere. So those two were in for it. Do you know what I mean? And they came back straight away with some sort of banner. It was like Olympic gold medal. What have you got? Do you know what I mean? So they were great. They were great. They were good lads.
Isn't it amazing though, Bob? It's funny. Footballers, any dressing room in the planet, doesn't matter what country it is, as soon as you get somebody into the dressing room and you watch them in training, the first 10, 15 minutes, the boys can look at each other and go, aye.
Yeah, exactly that, mate. Exactly that. They've got plenty. And do you know what the funny thing was? Javier was the hardest trainer. Like he had a funny old time at West Ham where he didn't play a lot. We had Hayden Mullins, who's a 7, 8 out of 10 every single week. He isn't gonna do anything special, but you know exactly what you're gonna get for him. And he kept Javier out of the team, which was mad. But Javier, all credit to him, he'd come off the training pitch, he'd go straight on the treadmill 45 minutes and absolutely pound it every single day. Carlos, on the other hand, wasn't the greatest trainer in the world. Let's just put it that way. You know those ones. But on a Saturday, he would run his socks off. He would absolutely run his socks off. So, do you know what I mean? Both great carries. Javier weren't interested. Javier was only interested in learning the language and getting to be able to communicate with people. And Carlos was like, nah, not interested at all. But top boys.
Bobby, I mean, you say they got brought in by Alan Pardew, but he didn't start Tevez. It was only when Alan Kirbishley came in, I think he gave him his start. I mean, could you guys believe it in terms of how good he was, but he wasn't playing for you regularly? Certainly Tevez.
Yeah. I guess so. But it was just a funny old season. And the team we had was too good to be where they was in the first place. But yeah, I mean, it was a case of giving Carlos a run of games, setting a formation that worked for us all really, and a team that pretty much played every week, and it all sort of came together at the end of the season, towards the back end of the season. But like I said, we shouldn't have been there. The players were too good, and the changing room was too good for that anyway.
Bobby, I'm guessing, like the rest of us, you've been fairly impressed with West Ham's start to the season. 7 points, couple of good victories, and obviously a draw. They look as though they're continuing with they finished off last season.
Yeah, they've been great. My only worry was, I said it the other day, that they started so well, and does the checkbook just stay in the pocket for a little while? I really want them to push on. It worries me that Antonio is the only man that's going to really go out there. If he picks up an injury, which he is half prone to, where are they going to go? Where are those goals going to come from? So I'm really hoping something comes out of the bag, a little secret Tevez or something come back for a little cameo. That would be great. But yeah, it worries me. But yeah, Zuma, good signing, a steady centre half. But goals are what I want to see, and hopefully Lingard can come out of the bag or something like that. That would be fantastic.
Bobby, what have you made of the performance of Antonio? We know obviously now he's West Ham's all-time Premier League goal scorer, but what have you made of his all-round game?
He's just grown with year on year, really. I mean, Bentley, I'm sure you remember him coming back very, very raw. That winger that would just knock the ball, run past people, and not always deliver a pinpoint cross, but would always work hard. And he's evolved year in, year out. He's just got a little bit better, just 5% every year. And I think he's realised now that, I am a big, strong boy. I can play up front. I am going to make it hard for everybody, that I come up against first and foremost. And then there's that little bit of guile, that little bit of understanding, that little bit of experience now, where the ball comes to him. He knows exactly, he doesn't have to really fight with people. They aren't going to be able to push him off the ball, using your brain and using your body. And he's just grown with confidence and experience as well. And he's becoming an all-round attacking player. Speaking of everything.
Speaking of attacking players, West Ham announced the signing of Nikola Vlasic. Are you excited about that? 23 years old.
I don't really know too much about him, to be honest. Like I say, I'm not a football stato, but listen, proof is in the pudding. When you get on that pitch, seriously, you get those first couple of training sessions, and you produce the goods. Listen, we've all seen so many players from all over the world turn up in the Premier League, but they have to prove it. They have to get on the pitch and prove it.
You mentioned that there, Bobby. I mean, looking at the league itself, I think we're in for one of the best and most exciting leagues in a long, long time. Ronaldo, United, Lukaku, Grealish, Liverpool getting the centre-backs back. How do you see it going?
Like you say, the best season. I mean, just hearing you guys speak there, would Man United be able to nick it?
I know.
I think they've got a chance. I do. If everybody clicks in that team, they are a top team. It's whether they can hit it and keep it consistent. And the likes of Ronaldo, can he still do it? Of course he can still do it. Of course he can still do it. And he'll do it for the next couple of years as well. So it's going to be I wouldn't want to put a fiver on any team, to be honest. Any of those four that are up there, really. The main ones, I really wouldn't. Lukaku, I like him. I really like him. I'm not a big Chelsea man, but I think that he could be a big difference. Again, another player like Antonio. Learn.
Bobby, I want to read you this message out. All this talk about Ronaldo coming back. It's not a patch on when Bobby came back to the Albion. Proper legend. That's from Paul in Brighton. He's right.
He knows what he's talking about. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He knows
right.
his stuff. Is he not a first team coach somewhere?
Listen, Bobby, the question the listeners are all want to know the answer to. Any fishing recently, mate?
Oh, do you know what? I just started my programme with Ali, don't I? So I'm going to be away for pretty much the whole of September, Al. I know everyone else can switch off. UK, mate, it's all UK stuff because of COVID. Mate. So it's going to be a little bit of everything, mate. Cannot wait for it, to be honest, pal. 1 month of just full-on fishing, trying to smash the old PB as well. So, yeah, you're laughing, Laura. You're right there.
Seriously, 1 month of fishing.
This is our time, Bobby. This is our time, mate.
I'd love to join you one day. I'll bring a book.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.